Hey guys, today I'm recreating this green geometric look that I did during the Halloween season. One of my followers on Twitter actually requested a tutorial on this one, so if you also want to see how I did this look, keep on watching. So first I started with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I put that anywhere that I have a problem with pores, and I just rubbed that into my skin. Then I immediately had to throw something on my black sheet because I was having a lot of trouble with glare. So it didn't solve the problem, but it helped. This is just a moisturizing primer that I'm putting on over that, and I'm just rubbing that into my whole face. Next, I am taking the Colourpop brow pencil in black and brown. This is my favorite brow pencil. I am showing it twice. I don't know why, but here you are. And I'm just showing you filling in one of my brows. I do a pretty basic brow shape. I can do a more in-depth tutorial on this if you want, but this is just how I do my brows. Little strokes. Use a spoolie. And then I clean it up with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in shade Light 12. Sorry, that's upside down. I didn't know which way it was going. I put it on my little glass palette, and I take a lip brush from BH Cosmetics, and I outline my brow. And after this, I take a concealer brush that I got in an Ipsy bag, I don't remember which brand it is, and I just blend that out on both eyes. Next, I am taking a white concealer base for my eyeshadow, and I am just going to blend that in with a sponge. I'm using the Juno & Co. microfiber sponge. Next, I'm cutting pieces of duct tape in half to put on my eyes to help us make this geometric shape. Cutting this piece into 4 pieces as even as I can. You don't have to use duct tape, I just did because it's what I had laying around my desk. I am lining this up with the outer corner of my eye and the bottom of my eyebrow because that's where I want my square to line up with. And on the other side of my eye in the inner corner, I'm also lining that part up with the bottom of my eyebrow. This just helps us create the square shape that we're looking for here. Now I'm going to take the colored Raine Vivid Pigments palette in the shade Level Up, and I'm going to take this fluffy but flat brush, and I'm going to put that shade into my crease. I'm first using patting motions because these are pressed pigments and not shadows, so if you try to blend right away, it can get a little bit patchy, so it's best to first press down the color and then blend it out. And I'm taking a similar kind of brush from Morphe right here. Just a flat fluffy brush and the shade Squad from the same palette, and I'm putting that shade on my eyelid to create some dimension, give us a little gradient. Now I'm picking up the same brush I used for the first shade, and I'm using that to blend these two colors together. You'll see me mouthing in a second that I'm using kind of a combination of windshield wiper motions with little circles in them. So I'm just going across my eyelid, but slowly, because I want to do those little circles, because I find that helps me blend out pretty easily. And now I'm packing down more color, because this is a dark color, just to make sure that I don't have any patchiness. Now I'm taking the Shroud Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette in the shade Take a Hint, and I am taking that on a fluffy Wet n Wild brush, just a blending eye brush, and I'm using that to blend up to my brow bone, just to make sure that there's a seamless transition up to my skin tone with these green shades. And now I'm going back in with that initial brush to marry those colors together to make sure I have a absolutely seamless blend, and now I'm going to do it on the other eye. Now I'm taking a baby wipe, just cutting the corner off of it so I'm not working with a huge piece. And I'm going to use this to clean up the sides of my geometric shape, and also to get any fallout that might have fallen down on my face. Now I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay foundation in the shades 112 and 102. I'm taking 2 pumps of the lighter shade 102 and 1 pump of the shade 112 because neither of these are my shades, so I'm trying to find a good mixture. And then I just mix those together and I dot it on my face. This mixture ended up being a little light. I probably should do more of a 50-50 ratio, but it's just makeup that I'm using. Doing my best. Then I take my Juno & Co. blending sponge and I just blend that all over my face, a little bit down my neck, and I get my ears as well. Next, I take my Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book Volume 4, and I take this cream contour shade and this Wet n Wild flat brush that I got in a holiday set. And I'm not a contouring expert, but this is where most of the books say that I should place contour for my face shape. Just going down my nose a little bit because I think it adds a good color, especially since my face is so pale here. And I'm just using my beauty sponge to blend all of that out. Next, I'm taking my concealer from earlier on that same lip brush that I used for my eyebrows, and I didn't want to get too close to my squares on my eyes because I didn't want to accidentally get foundation over them, so this is how I'm making sure that I have a skin color next to my eyes, so it's, well, a quote-unquote skin color, my foundation color next to my eyes, because I didn't want it to be a weird contrast. Next, I'm taking the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 12 once again, and I am concealing my dark spots under my eyes. I also put this on my other highlight areas because I like to use this to mix with this concealer, which is Fair 06, which sometimes can be a tad too light for me, especially when I accidentally go too light on my foundation like this. So this is me taking 12 and putting it on my forehead, on my nose, on my chin, just to make sure those areas are more concealed. And then I'm taking tiny dots of Fair 06. And now I'm just blending that all out, once again with my Juno & Co. sponge. Now I'm taking the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder in the shade Translucent, and this dome-shaped brush from Juvia's Place. I'm using that to set first under my eyes, and then all over the rest of my face. Next, I'm taking this Steve Laurent blush in the shade Rosé All Day and this fluffy brush from Wet n Wild. Sorry, I got those so tongue-tied. And I'm just trying to take a little bit of the product because it's very pigmented. And I'm tapping that on my cheeks, and I'm putting a little bit of the excess on my nose, and then barely any, just what's left on the brush, over my forehead, just because my foundation shade was so pale. Next, I'm taking a green highlighter, and I am highlighting my cheekbones, my nose, and my chin, also over by my temples. Then I'm taking a pencil brush, and I'm taking that same highlighter on my inner corner. Now I'm taking this fluffy small brush and the shade Level Up from the Vivid Pigments palette, and I'm taking that under my eye, and we're going to wing that out into our square shape coming out of the eye. Next, I'm taking this fluffy brush. It's a clean fluffy brush, and I'm just using that to blend out the bottom lash line. Make sure that it's nice and smoky and there are no harsh edges. Next, I'm taking this small detail brush and the shade Squad from the Vivid Pigments palette, and I'm putting that right at my lash line so that it will add some definition and mirror what we have going on the top lid. Taking that fluffy brush once again to marry the two together. Did I need to powder, or was my nose just itchy? The world may never know. Now I'm taking my concealer brush. I did not add any new product onto this brush, and I'm just making sure that that line is nice and crisp, just the way that I want it to look, because this is a very geometric look. Now I'm taking my brushes from my lid shades, and I'm making sure that all of that pigment and blending is very smooth. Working with greens is sometimes really difficult, so blending really is the key. Now I'm taking this liner from Fenty Beauty in the shade Papaya Mama, and I'm just dotting that all over my lids. In my original look of this, the way that I achieved these dots was by using the Laurent Aqua, those water activated paints from Menagerie Cosmetics, and I put a bunch of water in that, and then I swirled a spoolie around in it, and I used the spoolie. I drug my thumb across the spoolie to splatter the dots all over my face, but this is a way to achieve a more even look because you're not dependent on the randomization of the splatters. But if you're more into that, then do that. Now I'm taking a handheld fan and I'm letting that dry so that it doesn't crease up. Next I'm taking my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is in the shade Brynn, and I'm taking my eyelash curler, just curling my eyelashes, nothing too special. But I do take a smaller eyelash curler that I use on my outer corners. This one is from the Makeup Shack. I find it really useful for pressing my false lashes and my natural lashes together as well. So I really like that. For my lashes today, I'm going with these Lashed by Vixen lashes in Obsession. These are some of my favorite eyelashes. I'm using the Makeup Shack glue, and while I'm waiting for that glue to get tacky, I'm deciding on what lip color I want. I was stuck between this pumpkin orange shade and this green shade. I decided that I wanted to go with the green shade because I thought that it complemented what was going on a little more. I was just feeling a monochromatic moment, I guess, instead of a neutral lip. But I think that I made a good choice, so I just wiped it off, and coming up we are going to speed through my lipstick application because I'm not very good at it and I'm a little tiny bit self-conscious about it. So here's me putting on a green lipstick. This is from Menagerie Cosmetics. It is in the shade Juniper, if I can get that to look correctly. There we go. Go me. Now I'm just throwing on my lashes. These are Obsession, again from Lashed by Vixen. You can use my code BAKER in all caps for 15% off all products on Lashed by Vixen's website if you're interested. This is not an affiliate link. I don't make money off of it, but you do save money. So I think that's worth it. I'm using my little lash curler from the Makeup Shack to pinch my natural lashes and these false lashes together. And I'm making sure that they're even, and now I'm going to throw it on the other eye, and with that, we have our finished look. I hope that you liked seeing how I created this look. If you recreate it, please tag me on my social media. I'm BakerBeaute on everything with an E instead of a Y. Thank you so much. I hope you come back for another video. Bye!